Dear friends, in the year 1986, a British author, Arthur Jones, wrote an article in the National Catholic Reporter. It was about an important event in his early life as a soldier. It happened when he was drafted into the British Royal Air Force and found himself in a military barracks of 30 other men. On the first night, he had to make a serious decision. He had always knelt down to say his night prayers. So his question was whether he should continue to kneel now that he was in the military. After some internal struggles, he said to himself this: "Why should I change just because people are watching me? Am I going to begin my life away from home by letting other people dictate what I should or shouldn't do?" And so he decided to kneel for his prayers. By the time he finished and made the sign of the cross, everyone else knew that he was a Catholic. And it turned out that he was the only Catholic in that whole unit. At night after night, he knelt down to pray. Others said those 10 minutes on his knees then led to discussions that lasted for hours. On the last day of their boot camp, one of them came to Arthur and said, "You are the finest Christian I have ever met in my life." Arthur replied by saying, "Well, I might be the most public Christian you have ever met, but I don't think I am the finest." That story illustrates the point of today's gospel. Commitment to Jesus Christ means taking a stand for Christ, making a stand for our Christian beliefs. And sometimes that stand and conviction can set us apart and even in opposition to other people. But precisely because of this opposition, that makes it possible for us to make the kind of witness that Jesus is talking about in his Sermon on the Mount. Jesus said, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a mountain cannot be hidden." Sometimes our commitment to Jesus will cause us to be persecuted or ridiculed, as some of the prophets, like Jeremiah, was persecuted by his own people. Often it will cause us to struggle internally, as St. Paul talks about in today's second reading. And at times it may even cause our families to oppose our practice of faith, as Jesus himself warns us in today's gospel. In this context, the Roman Christians had to decide whether they loved their family members more than they loved Christ. An example of this sort is depicted in the famous Broadway show called Fiddler on the Roof. I'm sure most of you must have seen, or if not, there is also a movie by the same name. The poor Jewish couple, Tevye and Goldie, had 5 daughters, and 3 of them fell in love with young Jewish men who had abandoned their Jewish beliefs and traditions. Finally, Tevye pours out his heart to God and breaks out in a song. I promise I'm not going to sing this song. Tevye says, "How can I accept them? Can I deny everything I believe in? On the other hand, can I deny my own child? But if I deny everything I believe in, if I try to bend that far, I will break." Yes, dear friends, when Jesus invited people to follow him, Jesus realized what he was asking of them. For some people, it meant doing what the early Christians did, leaving their family, their father, mother, and everything they had. In short, commitment to Christ has to take priority over everything else, including our family. The true discipleship demands personal sacrifices, and it is not going to be easy all the time. The Christian's commitment to Christ as the light and truth cannot be compromised in any way. That is why Jesus told his disciples, "You are the light of the world, and your light must shine before others." Though Jesus himself, the Son of God, brought the message of love, peace, and mercy, yet he was met with rejection, opposition, and even death on the cross. Here, we must realize that our faith is not just a personal possession we have, but the holy fire that purifies, refines, and gives light to others. Let's ask ourselves, do we abandon Christ and his teachings because we may lose some worthless friendship or personal comfort, conveniences, or even some cheap popularity? Are we willing to give up some unhealthy relationships and habits that go against our commitment to Christ? Let us therefore pray for the courage to follow the Lord, even though it may cause us to struggle and set us in opposition to our own family and friends, for the sake of our passionate love for Christ.